Well, hello there, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing great. I hope you're having a good time, a good day. Today we have a particular reading, which is going to be a fun one. This time we're going to be discussing about romance, about whether they like you or not. I know, hot topic, we always love that. Obviously, you know me, we're not just going to go with a yes, a no, or a maybe, depends on the day of the week. Obviously, we're going to go much more in depth than that. We're going to be exploring that frequency and the relationship that they perceive themselves to be in with you when it comes as of right now. So yeah, I'm really excited to get into this one. I hope you're as well. So let's get into it now. So as always, when it comes to pick a card, I'm gonna be asking you to tune into your intuition to feel into whichever part you feel the most drawn to, knowing that this is going to be the one holding the information which is relevant for you at the moment. If you are inquiring about more than one person, perhaps you could explore different piles, or the same. Again, up to your intuition. And yeah, I'm going to be asking you to take your time on this one, as always. Got three groups to be choosing from today. We got the first pile with the rose quartz, second pile with the aquamarine, and the third pile with the pyrite. I was not expecting this crystal, so I'm very excited to see what we're going to find out in pile number three. Yeah, once you've made your choice, as always, you can fast forward directly to your timestamps, which are going to be provided down below, either in the description box or the pinned comment. And yeah, I'm going to be seeing you at your reading. Hey, the pal number one, how are you doing? If you chose the rose quartz, that's going to be your reading, and we're going to get into it. We got lots of cards to cover, so I feel like this is going to be a chatty one. And we're going to start with them when it comes to what is the energy that they found themselves in. We're just going to tune into their energy field and see whatever is going on there. And we're going to start, like, the intention I got for these cards is to see, like, their overall archetype. And then we're going to bring out, like, more, we're going to go more in depth what is going on with their current frequency. When it comes to the current archetype, I'm tuning into a lot of spiritual energy. That is funky. That is interesting. Got the 11, we got the koala. It's like, I wouldn't necessarily say that they are spiritual. They may identify as a spiritual person. You may feel them as a spiritual person, but that's not necessarily the case. But there's just a, what I'm tuning into is more like that they are currently experiencing a redirection in their life, something like that. They are becoming or have just become much more aware of themselves. I feel like there's been a lot of spiritual growth happening around this person. There's this energy of growth. As always, when we're tuning into energies, it's like I tune into them in the present moment. I don't know if it has happened, if it's still going on, but that's the present energy that I'm picking up on. But yeah, a lot of growth, a lot of, I'm hearing the word maturity. It's like this is a full-blown man or a full-blown woman that we are talking about, or one which is emerging into their power. And I don't want to get it wrong. What I'm tuning, when I see it, like, from their perspective, it's not meant to be useful. I'm getting this destruction of the mind saying, oh yeah, well, yeah, because I'm not expecting myself to get into a relationship with someone who is less than. Fair point. That's not the intention of the energy I'm picking up on here. What I'm picking up on is that it's something which is very meaningful to them. Again, you're not in the picture at this moment. We're just tuning into the archetypes that are embodying right now, okay? And yeah, I just feel like they have been discovering a lot. They've been growing a lot, which in the current context as I'm recording this video kind of makes sense. I'm not gonna lie. These are kind of like global energies that we're all experiencing. So it just happens to be someone who hopped aboard, so to speak. And yeah, I'm really getting a sense of empowerment. Someone who you can tell knows themselves, someone who radiates a kind of confidence which is very quiet yet so profound. The kind of confidence that doesn't need any words to express because it stems from someone knowing themselves. I'm also tuning into a sense of intimidation here. People who don't know themselves as well as this person may feel intimidated when put around such profound energy. But yeah, I just feel like this is someone who is really leaning onto life, which is really tuning into their trust, into their faith, in they're really surrendering to the one way or another to their evolution. And that is something that I just found very powerful. It's like it's no superficial energy that we're talking about, that for sure. And that's already a lot. Now I want to see like what's the context in which you are coming. Now that we're bringing you into the picture, where do you fit in their picture? That's what I want to see. Oh, okay. Oh, sure, okay. You know this person? Okay, one word at a time, please. There's definitely, I'm getting like, you will know immediately when I say these words whether this is your person or not, whether this is your pile or not. I'm getting like lightning struck. I have forgotten the expression in English when you're like, you instantly have a crush on someone. I know there's an expression, it's not coming through, I'm sorry. But it feels like brutal. It feels like someone getting a crush, and that is not something that they're good at hiding, I'm getting. So that's why it's like, if you have doubts that they like you, then yeah, this is your person. If you don't feel this way, then I'm afraid you may benefit from seeing another pal, because I feel like this is pretty one way. It's like they have a crush on you and you know it. That's the kind of energy I'm picking up on. It's very clear. And it's very cute as well. I'm tuning into the idea. I'm hearing like ego's distractions yet again saying, oh, but what if they're very good at hiding their emotions? We're talking about a person who knows themselves pretty darn well by now. They are not someone who is emotionally immature, that doesn't know how to handle their emotions, who doesn't know how to be present. We got even the King of Cups, so that's definitely not the case. We're not talking about someone who is not familiar with the inner world, who doesn't feel easy around their emotions, and as such copes with them by displaying a stoic figure of someone who finds it difficult to express themselves, or just tends to hide their emotions, if that was one of your questions, because this question was floating by. No, that's not the case. I repeat, it's like they're not good at handling this kind of attraction. This attraction, like the sensual polarity, it's not something they're very good at hiding. That's why I'm saying it's like, you know your stuff. It's like, or you don't, Now, we got the Seven of Pentacles, the Tower card, the World, the Nine of Cups, the King of Cups. A lot of potent energies, a lot of, I want to say like straightforward energies. The first thing that strikes me is like the play between the Tower and the World card. It's like the Tower is in tarot a destructive force that comes by out of the blue, we did not expect, and comes shaking our foundations. That's why made me first say immediately straight off the bat, oh, that feels like an instant crush. Like someone just loving the heck of how you look. First of all, it's like that crush from afar, not even knowing your name. But I feel like this is someone that you have seen several times by now. So different possibilities here. Either you've been dating them for a while, either you have had a long like relationship with them but not romantic so far. It could also be like a more distant kind of relationship, just like you've been eyeing each other from across the room for quite a while, like a colleague, but you don't work on the same floor, so you don't see them very often. I just feel like it's been a quite substantial amount of time that you have spent knowing about each other. For some of you, it's been like closer. I'm getting the energy of, yeah, some of you may have been dating for a while. For others of you, it may be like the other extreme of it's like, yeah, you've been in the same physical place for quite a long time, but maybe you still haven't asked their names. You know, I have the full spectrum here, but the whole point is it feels like being the key word here. It feels like it's been a long time already. And the world card just makes me feel like I literally like you feel the world to them. You feel like the whole world to them. It's like they just like you. Okay. It's not with the tower card I'm getting more as in the instant crush kind of energy, getting like someone enjoying the body, how the body looks, you know, that kind of initial crush. The world card just makes me feel like they've learned to enjoy much more than just the way you look. Yet again, tuning back into this King of Cups and the deep energy we've been tuning into is like, I don't feel like they're interested in superficial stuff. I don't feel like they're looking for a buddy. They're not looking for a sex friend. They're looking for, you know, something maybe a little deeper, a bit of a deeper experience. That's what I'm feeling. Yeah. Yeah, again, like I keep on eyeing this card. I just feel like they're a very deep person, very interesting person, and they're not turned on by superficiality. And I feel that this is something you're already aware of. I just feel like this is something which is quite obvious about this kind of person, that they're not here for the for knowing, for talking about the weather. It's like there's not something that they're interested in. They're interested in experiencing life in a deeper way. But yeah, seven of that's a funny one. Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. I'm just getting as if you would have been. It's like it may be literal, it may just be a metaphor. Okay, so hang on with me. These two cards around the two major arcanas are kind of giving me like them dreaming about you, or dreaming about someone that they would later realize pretty suits you pretty darn well, and just having fantasies with them. Like on one end, it's like the Seven of Pentacles. This gives me the energy of someone they could totally see themselves building something with, as in long-term relationship or extra long-term relationship. Nine of Cups, it just sends back to this idea of pleasure, sensual pleasure, bodily pleasures, but not only. Since we got the King of Cups, it's like they're not just looking for the bodily pleasures, they're also looking for the pleasures of emotional intimacy and getting to know each other and being around someone that they feel can understand them and that you feel they can understand you. So it's a relationship that could go very deep. That's what I'm getting, because this is kind of the energy I'm getting. I'm tuning into something. It's like, you know what, we're gonna bring out the other cards because I'm tuning into something, but it may just be simply the next bit. I'm tuning into like in some sort of inequality in the relationship. This is a very awkward word. It's like that's not the right word to describe that, but I'm getting this sensation of intimidation, and I'm getting this energy of, as in we're talking a lot about them but not necessarily a lot about you. And I'm like, why would you be suppressing yourself in this relationship? That's what I'm curious about. Oh my god, we got lots of cards still. We still got many cards. Let's see what we got. This card's main intention is more to have like something about the relationship in general, beyond just the two of you. Attune to the divine speaker will tend to begin queer emotion. I just feel like there's a lot of compatibility between the two of you. Yeah, works for through fears. That's what I was tuning into. Okay. So what I'm getting on the first row typically is I just feel like there's a lot of compatibility between the two of you. There's a lot of potential, and I feel that I'm getting into the story of maybe you've been thinking about being in a romantic relationship, committed relationship for a while, and perhaps you've been dating many people, perhaps you haven't, perhaps you've been just rejecting advances. I just feel like there've been a bit of movement, but you've been like considering many options and never committed fully to one because you just felt like, something was missing in each and every one of them. Is like, oh yeah, they're cute, but I just feel like we're too different, and so I just feel like we won't have interesting conversations, as an example. Or, oh, I recognize myself so much into them, but I just feel like like the age gap is so big that I just feel like we're not evolving through the same stages of life at all. So I just feel like it's not gonna work out. There's always been like, you've been considering a lot of options, and it just feels like there's always been something that made you feel like, yeah, it could, in each and every case, it could have been an interesting relationship, but not necessarily the right fit. Not necessarily, it didn't necessarily like 100% compatible. That's the best word. That's the best way I can put it. And here what I'm getting is there's a lot of potential for it. A lot of potential for it lets me know that perhaps there hasn't been like a serious thing going on between the two of you so far. Because I'm returning into its potential. There could be, if you wanna, if you dare to. Yes, it's like, yeah, there could be. What I'm getting here, there's a lot of, I mean, at heart, you feel similar. I'm getting this idea of like the two of you mirroring each other some things, and so I could very well see like a sense of familiarity as you get to know each other. You realize that you have so much in common, and it's not just like you have in common hobbies or common common likings. It goes beyond that. It just feels like the ways you relate to life are similar. It feels like meeting someone who is on your wavelength, if you see what I mean. That's the kind of energy I'm getting into, because I'm literally seeing you like being both this kind of deep and enjoying this kind of peace together. And it just feels like I just see like, oh yeah, if I'm tuning into the energy of some of your friends, I could be like, yeah, now that I see them two together, I wouldn't see in which world they wouldn't be, because they just seem perfect for each other because they're so similar deep down. I feel like the both of you are into some kind of spiritual stuff. Back to the energy I was picking up in before, it's like, it's not necessarily spiritual stricter senses, not necessarily spiritual in the literal way, although it very well may be, depends on your experience around it for yourself in your own life. But this definitely, speak your world into being, I'm getting this image of like just a couple enjoying like journaling together about their dreams, So this is the kind of energy I'm tuning into. Cooler emotion is a fun one. I just see you like getting mad the same way at the same time relative to the same problem, not because of the other one. But I just feel like a kind of, when one gets mad because of something that happened, you would get mad as well and be like, yeah, you're right, I don't understand what they did there. No, come on. I just get such a kind of understanding on a deep emotional level. So that is a very fun thing that I'm getting. The other thing that I'm getting into, so it's like, just to close this part of, is like, I just feel like there's a lot of potential for a interesting relationship, because the both of you are looking for something, from what I can tell, the both of you are looking for something serious. You're not just looking for the physical intimacy in this relationship, and they certainly aren't, so that can be reassuring for some of you. It's like, oh yeah, obviously that's the first thing that we would be looking forward more often than not, but that's not the only thing, which is interesting here. What I'm getting here on the bottom row though is that there are fears, back to what I was tuning into before, is like this kind of intimidation, feeling like there's just this energy in one direction or the other of putting someone on a pedestal and feeling less than in comparison. which I feel may have been the biggest blockage to this relationship in the first place. Because I genuinely feel that a lot of you may have been thinking about this relationship, but a lot of you have been holding off, like holding back, because you weren't feeling like worthy in one way or another, because they're coming up with such a strong and a deep energy that can be a little intimidating. And for a very few select of you, I'm tuning into the fact that surprisingly it could be like the other way around, whereas you don't feel yourself to be any kind of intimidating, but they're intimidating of you. But that's just for very, very few of you. In the majority of the case, I feel like you aren't feeling worthy of it, which is funny because you're so similar. And I'm really getting into like the potential in which you are not like doubting yourself anymore. You will realize that you're just the perfect match. You will feel like the perfect, quote unquote, perfect match for each other, because it's like you're just so similar. Yes, you are as much impressive as they are, but if you're not accepting it, you will only see their impressiveness. I'm gonna repeat that one. Roll that back. I just feel like you both are very big in energy. You both can be very impressive energetically for thousands of different, for many, many different reasons. Except that in their case, it's completely actualized. It's like, yeah, they're aware of that and they embody it and they're rocking it. In your case, for some of you, I'm tuning that may not be the case just yet. You may not perceive yourself this way. And so when meeting them, you would feel intimidated. What I'm getting is that you're as much of a badass and as impressive as they are, but perhaps you don't see it. That's where the fear and the fears come through, and where the doubts sets in. And there is definitely an invitation to work through your fears. Literally, it's like that's in your head, sweetheart. Please be aware of it. Please be honest with yourself. If you feel these kinds of fears and doubts, please don't try to flee away from them. Instead, go towards them and explore them. Why is it happening? Because again, there objectively is no reason for it to be happening, but it is. So that's an opportunity for you to discover and to embody more of who you are, more of your awesomeness. But I'm really getting it to, there's nothing in the way of this relationship but your mind and your fears. So please take that into account, into considerations. Please work through your fears, literally. That's really what I'm getting. I'm also tuning is like these kinds of these fears, they feel very big. They're not as big as you think they may be, but they definitely do require attention. These kinds of insecurities you are familiar with, you know about yourself. So it's like, it's just time to deal with it, honestly. Be lovingly patient with yourself while you're exploring these emotions, which may be a little intense sometimes. But do it, because otherwise you will keep on putting people on pedestals where there is no reason to. That's really what I'm getting here. Okay. That was a reading. Thank you so much, Pan number 1, for having me here today. That was I feel very interesting reading, but the thing I really liked about it, it's like, it's not just oh yeah, this person is thinking about you. It's like, when I was making this video, when I'm making these kinds of videos, the things I'm always a little afraid of personally as a reader is just getting the very lame message of, oh my god, they love you so much, you should do it, and blah blah blah. And because that to me just feels like so bland and so superficial. So I'm really happy that we went deep into it. It's like, yeah, they like you, but it's not just for the sake of, because it sounds nice, you know. It's like, no, there's stuff behind it. That's not just the cards. It's like we're tuning into real shit here. So yeah, I'm really excited for you. Again, if you don't feel like committing just yet to it, if you're not feeling like going full on board with it, please explore your fears, caring for your fears, working through your fears, rocking your fears just like you would rock a younger version of you, because this is literally what's going on, by the way, will definitely help you see your own light, and in turn help you approach people and the world and life and everything with much more confidence and realizing that there is no, you are not lesser than anyone else, nor are you better than anyone else. We're all brothers and sisters here, you know? The only ones who buy into superiority or inferiority or hierarchy of values when it comes to people are those who are in fear. But it doesn't feel good. There's no point in that anymore. So please see that so that you can feel a little better, even outside of this relationship, I mean. Okay? Please let me know in the comments how it went for you. I'd be very curious to see if you felt it, because that felt very oddly specific on some points, so I'd be very curious. Also, like the video and subscribe, that support me a lot. Know as well that if you're looking for personal readings, I'm offering them. You can check out my website in the description box if you're curious. And yeah, thank you so much again. I'm gonna leave you there. I'm gonna go on to pile number 2. Till then, have a great time. Bye. Hey there, pile number 2, how are you doing? Welcome to the reading. I hope you're having a good one. If you chose the Aquamarine, that's gonna be your reading, and so we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna start with these cards. We're gonna start with their energy. We're not gonna be talking about you just yet, okay? I know, calm down, we're gonna get to it. Not right now. We're starting with these cards, which I'm holding in intention for, are going to be describing like kind of the archetype that they're currently embodying, starting to tune into their energy and what they may be experiencing at the moment. And we got, they're a bit all over the place, I'm not gonna lie. I just feel like they're going through a bit of a challenging period right now, which ain't surprising considering what is all going on. Like, as I'm recording this video, we just quit like eclipse season. There are still some retrogrades. The equinox is happening. No, it's not the equinox, it's the solstice. No, it's the equinox. It's about to happen or just happened. I mean, it's a bit of a mess, I'm not gonna lie. So energetically, we're feeling it. And there are a lot of organizations globally and individually. So I'm not surprised that some people, for some people are going through it. And definitely feeling that it may be the case for this person. That they're in between, they're in a state of transition. Is like they're experiencing a lot of uncertainty at the moment. And I'm straight up hearing it's like romance is not necessarily the first thing that comes to mind when I say that. It's like we're gonna get into it, we're gonna do the reading all throughout, obviously, because I just feel like this is a very interesting pile. But I'm just want to let you know straight off the bat that romance may not be their top priority at the moment, because I just feel like they got bigger things to attend to at the moment. I just feel like it's a bit of a huge transformation that they're experiencing, and that is also reflecting itself in their life. They may be facing some of their deepest fears at the moment. I'm hearing that's been a big theme also lately. So their career may be currently shifting. It's like it's an uncertain time, which is not making them necessarily feel the most comfortable and the most confident. I'm hearing they are nailing it though. I feel they are in a state of like they have learned not to freak out. They may have in the past, but that's not relevant anymore. What I'm hearing is like they're more in the kind of energy as in, well, you know what, I've tried all that I could, now I'm just like letting go of the steering wheel, and will happen just what needs to happen. That's the kind of energy I'm getting here, which is good. Which is good, honestly. At this point, just surrendering to the flow of life. And yeah, they're in this weird in between, that's what I'm getting, and I just feel like, yeah, they're experiencing a huge redirection right now in their lives, so as to better align with their dream, the dream version of themselves and their dream life, their dream experience. So they're very much focused onto their experience right now. That's why, again, I'm tuning into romance is not necessarily the first thing that comes to mind when I'm thinking about all these kinds of things. We're gonna get more into it now. Oh, we got lots of tarot. I want to tune more into like, we're gonna bring you in the picture now when it comes to too many cards. What do we do? Oh no. When it comes to like you, if we bring you in the picture, Oh my god, nailed it. Can see them. Okay, we got lots of major arcanas. I mean, I just feel like we got half the deck, so I'm not surprised at this point. Got the Magician, the Emperor, the Death card, the Seven of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and some swords, the Seven of Swords, the Five of Swords. We're gonna start with those ones because those are the most relevant one. Again, I'm gonna repeat it once and for all. I just feel like romance is not on their mind at this moment. Seven and Five of Swords, I just feel like they may, when it comes to relationships specifically, what I'm getting into right now is that they may not be focused on relationships altogether. What they may be experiencing may be much more about like their financial stability, their career. These are the kinds of fears that that the collective is working through a lot right now. So the redirection they may be experiencing may be very well about their practical situation, their physical situation. That's why relationship altogether is not just you. It's like relationship altogether is not necessarily the priority here. When we're talking about relationships, I also feel like in the past they may have been going through some toxic kind of relationships, getting like yeah, toxicity, betrayal. It's like I just feel like they ain't got the last romantic experiences or just relational experiences in general that they have gone through lately, or the last time they really went for it, haven't been very positive for them. So they kind of dialed back on that. That's what I'm getting. And that is also why I'm getting that um, they are very, what's the word in English? It's coming in French. It's not gonna help a lot, will it? They're very careful. It's good enough, yeah. They're quite careful when they approach relationships currently. It's like they're happy to hang out with people, but they're not necessarily wanting to go too far because, you know, it's like they're a little scared. That's what I'm getting here. But I just feel when it comes to you specifically, because right now we're just talked about them, I feel like right now they consider you as a very good friend, a very good potential friend, if it's not a friend already. Depends on where you are with this relationship. Is like if it's someone that you've known for a while, they see you as a very good friend. If it's not someone that you don't know, they see you as a very good potential friend. I just feel like they're not considering anything past that at the moment. I'm hearing from Spirit. It's like when it comes to romance, romance is not in the picture at the moment. It doesn't mean that it's not possible. I just feel like this is not the right time for them, at least. Don't know about you, but for them, this is not what they're looking for at the moment. But I do feel that they would quite enjoy spending time with it. Like the Magician makes me feel like this kind of person that it's the kind of person that makes us, every time we see them, it's that kind of friend that perhaps we may not be able to see them all the time because they live in a remote location or because they're busy, they got a busy schedule or whatever. But each time that we meet, it just feels like this person uplifts us and we feel just so optimistic, so joyful. It's like we really enjoy each other's presence and we feel inspired and we feel like we can take on the whole world. It's like it's this very positive entrainment kind of energy that I'm picking up on, and they see you in that kind of energy. That's why I'm like, they see you as a very good friend, and if you're not friends at the moment, they see you as a very good potential friend. I genuinely feel that they would very much enjoy spending time with you. That for sure. What else? Okay, I got a bit of... What about this 4 down cards? I'm gonna put up another card from Tarot Spirit, please. Bit of a clarifier here. Okay, got 6 of Wands coming through. I just feel that right now they're very focused onto their own self. When it comes to the domain of relationships, they're very focused onto their onto their they're very focused on what they're becoming as a person, because I just feel their kind of excitement, inner excitement, because they see how, as they're working through this moment, as we've already discussed, as this situation is evolving for them, they're noticing how they are becoming more and more of who they dream to be as a person. Feels kind of weird, but that's what I'm getting here. Because we got like the death card. I just feel like they're witnessing a transformation of themselves within, inside. It's like, yeah, the outer reality is a bit of a mess. Well, I don't feel like they're the only one. But inside, they are moving and evolving. That's what I'm getting. Like they are learning how to shine unapologetically and like be, yeah, just be. They're seeking their sense of self-esteem, of self-confidence. They know what it looks like in their mind's eye, in their dreams to be. They know what they want to be, and they're witnessing themselves becoming more and more of that as the days pass by. I feel like a big thing for them is integrating their masculine. So that is not gender specific, by the way. We've had this conversation a million times, but masculine and feminine aren't different than that the masculine gender, aka man, and the feminine gender, aka woman. Okay, if you're inquiring about this person being a man, is like, yes, they're learning how to integrate their masculinity. If you're inquiring about a girl, they're also looking towards integrating their masculinity. Basically, they're integrating their pride, their will, their desire also. And what I'm hearing yet again from spirits, like at the moment, they're more looking for, oh, that's what okay, I get it now. It's like they're looking for a friend more than they're looking for a potential partner, because as they are still working through all of this mess, and as they're integrating their masculine, whatever their gender is, yet again, I feel like they don't necessarily feel very comfortable with the idea of romance in the first place, because I feel that their sexuality is evolving as a result, as they're integrating a very important part of them. I just feel like this is changing as we speak. That's why it's like they don't feel like it at the moment. They're very happy to hang out with you. They're definitely not considering of going beyond that just yet. It's like they're currently looking for their ultimate fulfillment. That's what I'm getting overall. It's like they're just building their lives. So it's like, I'm gonna tune into the last cards to sum it up. But the kind of energy is, if you, Spirit is just saying, if you like this person is like, if you like this person, be aware of why you like them, basically, because they're not open for romance. They're not open for this kind of business at the moment. If the only reason to why you would want to spend time with them is that, which is totally fine, know that this may not be the right fit, know that it may not yield anything at the moment. If you're interested in them, not just because of that, but also because you generally think that they're a cool person, you can be hanging out, you will have a lot of success approaching them without the intention of romance. It's like, if you're approaching them as a friend and you're generally interested in getting to know them, they will respond very positively, because that's what they're looking for when it comes to you as well. They're also looking for that. I'm also hearing the specific message of, don't expect necessarily a first step from them, because yet again, relationships is not their priority. This is not the kind of thing they're thinking about the most at the moment. So if you happen to be in the same place and that they have something to ask you, they will happily do that. But I don't feel like they will go out of their way so as to create this relationship. Do you get what I mean? It's like they're not gonna ask you out on a day, but since they see you as a very good friend, they don't feel any sense of urgency in that. They're happy to let it happen naturally. So it's like, if you want to go to speed things up, basically, you're more than welcome to. They will respond very positively to that. But anyway, it will be a friendship for the time being. At first, again, Spirit is telling me it's like this situation is evolving as we speak, and it could very well end up becoming romantic in the future, but as of right now, this is not what we're dealing with. But I just feel like this could be, if that's what you're also interested in, this could be a genuinely very fun friendship happening between the two of you. Like, honestly, so I just feel that it's like, because also of the fears that they are walking with, it's like if them thinking about you in a romantic sense just makes them feel very uneasy at the moment. But as soon as we kick out the romantic polarity, which is very funny, I'm so sorry if you came here with this romantic thing. I hope I don't. It's like my intention is not to break down your dreams, you know. I really do wish you understand that. That is not my intention. I'm sorry. but but what I'm getting is like, if we kick out the romantic part of the interest and that we're just left with just the genuine curiosity of getting to know someone that we think is cool and that we would love to just hang out with, it's like they're full on board with that. It's like I just see that this card, this beautiful full moon, like radiant full moon, let your fears dissolve. It's like if we just take out the romantic part and all of the insecurities that this may evoke of, oh my god, I remember that past when I felt emotionally intimate with a person and that things went wrong. Oh my god, I still feel like I got a few things to sort out within my own masculinity. Like I don't really know how to position myself in a romantic relationship anymore right now. Is like I just feel like it brings a lot of anxiety at the moment. But the idea of just a relationship completely depolarized of any, yeah, depolarized, that's the right word, devoid of any kind of this intention, is more than enjoy. Is like they're full on board with her. And the fact we got Sagittarius comment, I just feel like this has the potential to be a very good relationship, a very good friendship to begin with, because I feel that you connect a lot mentally. I just feel like you have a lot, like you are both very, very interesting people. And if that's not the way you feel about yourself, that will quickly change once you meet them. You will see how interesting you actually are. I just feel like the both of you are extremely interesting. You have such a rich mind, such many interests. You're such curious people. I just feel like adventures at heart, not necessarily in the sense of traveling. I just feel like you're both adventurers. You're both so curious about the world. You have so much to talk about. And I just feel like that would give us such amazingly interesting conversations. It's the kind of friendship where I just could see you spending hours talking about everything because of how interesting you find each other. That's very much the kind of energy I'm tuning into. Oh, I love this card too. Oh, I love this card to close the reading. Trust the universe. What I'm really getting at is like, please be simpler in your approach. I just feel like some of you have come to this reading with a lot of hopes and dreams and a lot of expectations, hoping that you would hear the answer the way you wanted. And if you're still here, by the way, after like 17 minutes of recording, kudos, that is definitely a message for you. Because I just feel like the interest dropped tremendously once there was the letdown. If you're still here, kudos on that. The universe is saying, if you genuinely wish this person for as more than a friend, please enjoy the relationship as it evolves naturally. My voice is starting to fry, my god. Please let the relationship evolve naturally. That's what I'm hearing. It's gonna be, if you stop thinking about what must be and how it has to happen and what you hope is gonna happen and what they must be, you're just gonna paralyze yourself in worries and fears and what ifs and shoulds and what could be. It's like, please bring yourself back to your heart and stop thinking about all this nonsense for a minute. Please be honest with yourself, okay? It's like, if you care about this person, if you're really wanting to know this person, let the relationship happen naturally. Get to know them. You will realize that you two will be beautiful friends. And eventually, if it is meant to be, trust the universe, as you both relax into the getting to know of each other, it may end up becoming more than a friendship. But what I'm getting is that this friendship period is necessary because the both of you are looking for something more profound. I feel like both of you have some very interesting air placements in your natal charts. In astrology, it's very specific, by the way. But the whole point being that you have the kind of relationships you feel the most comfortable in the when it comes to the both of you are the relationships when you feel like the other person is a true friend, whether in friendships, in like relationships with your colleagues, or in romance. I feel like generally the most comfortable romantic relationships that the two of you are looking for are the ones in which the lover happens to be a best friend, as in it's not just because it's not just because you're having a crush on them, but just because you connect with them a lot. That's both, like, the both of you feel very comfortable in these kinds of relationships. That's what I'm getting, is like, no matter what ends up happening, if you truly want this person to be in your life, you will have to let it happen as it is meant to be, and it will start as a friendship which you will both tremendously enjoy. Okay? Thank you so much, part number 2, for being here today with me. It's such a beautiful reading. I just felt that part number 2 would have a very interesting conversation, very unique one, and it did not miss, truly. So if you made it to the end of the reading, honestly, congratulations, because it got real deep very fast there. But I just feel like this relationship between the two of you could be so beautiful, so truly. It's like, if you really want this person in your life, go for it. But be honest with yourself. Romance may not be the best option as of right now, but there is an in-between. That's what we've been discussing, you know. It's like, go for it. I just feel like you're gonna enjoy each other's presence and these conversations, and just being in each other's life so much. It would be such a tremendous waste to let it just go, you know. So please listen to your heart. Keyword, your heart, not your mind. Thank you so much again, Palomito. That was a lovely reading. Please, for the love of God, let me know in the comments how it went. I'm so curious. It got so deep so quickly. I loved it, really. I'm so envious. Let me know in the comments how it went for you. Please like the video and subscribe. That support me a lot. Also, just know that if you're looking for personal readings, I'm offering them. You can check them out on my website, linked in the description box. That being said, I wish you to have a fantastic day. I'm going to be moving on to part number 3 now. Till then, take care of yourself and enjoy the rest. Bye. Hey there, part number 3. How are you doing? Welcome to the reading. If part number 3 features the Pyrite, that's going to be a reading. And so we're going to get right into it. So I have the intention that these 2 cards are going to start by revealing the overall archetype of the energy they find themselves in. We're not going to be talking about you just yet. We're going to come to it. Right now we're talking about them, though. I just feel that I already got a bit of a vibe of where this reading is going. The Badger and the Electric, yeah. I feel like they're pursuing a goal of theirs. They're trying to bring something to life. I'm hearing ambition. I just feel like it's a very ambitious person, which is currently actively working towards a dream. And they're in a very good... I'm hearing like they're in a very good mood, as in they're very optimistic at the moment. They are rocking it. They are building something that is close to their heart, that they really care about. A dream career, like their dream home, or something like that. It's like they're really going for it. And they're so proud of themselves, and they're having a really, really good time. And I just feel like that's all. As in, it's very straightforward. They are very optimistic. I'm getting this energy of like just a little kid who's just like so overexcited because they're a kid, you know. Basically, they're just so excited because like they're doing something that I love doing. Like take your 6 years old to Disneyland. So that's the kind of energy I'm getting here. It's like, oh my god, it's happening, I'm so happy. It's funny because I just feel like this reading is going to be very quick compared to the others because the energy is very straightforward, which we love to see. Now the other cards, my god, okay, yeah. The other cards are going to be helping us to see like more of the situation. We're bringing you into the equation. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, pile number 3, I was already feeling one kind of thing in the introduction. I was talking about the fact I was surprised about seeing a pyrite in this kind of reading. I was feeling one kind of energy, and we're not missing, as in, yeah, that's definitely what I'm getting. It's like it's very straight to the point because you both are very straight to the point. It's like there's a lot of masculine energy in this sense. It's like I feel like you're both ambitious, perhaps in a similar way, perhaps not in a similar way, but there's ambition on both sides, on both ends. And there's this kind of, I was talking about, it's funny, I'm not seeing any masculine cards. What the heck am I talking about? We got the King of Wands. It's like there's this kind of ambition, then there's this kind of drive, there's this kind of will. Here we got like leadership kind of energy. Someone who is leading their life, could be also literally leading other people, but I wouldn't bet on that. It's like, if that resonates, take it, otherwise just leave it. But what I'm getting is like, yeah, this kind of having the sensation of being in control of your life, leading your life. And there's a lot of charisma also emanating. Is like someone living their best life, them being happy. And that tends to, yeah, you know, like a smile tends to look good on people. So there's confidence, there's good looking energy. So that's definitely something. Like we got such powerful cards, honestly, coming through. It's like the Ace of Swords. I just feel like, yeah, they're really creating a project. They're really pursuing something in life. And you are coming this context as, you know, like perfect card for a love reading. The Lovers. I just feel like they just see you as a very fun, quote unquote, opportunity. Although now that I say it, this word sounds a little weird in this context. Opportunity is not the right word. Please help me, Spirit. I just feel like they really see it working. As in, the reason why I feel like it's working is because you're like-minded people. I'm getting this very masculine energy, this very forward-moving kind of energy that they're into, and that you kind of like, as in either you are similar, or you very much enjoy seeing that. It's like, what I'm getting is that perhaps on your end you may not be recognizing it within yourself. So it's like some of you may be identifying more in their feminine, but what I'm getting is like somehow it's still relevant in the sense that you're still doing it, although they may not be the most prominent thing in your life. That's what I'm getting. That's why some of you may not be recognizing it within yourself at the moment. It may be relevant later on. But what I'm saying is like, you just feel like such a good match because of how like-minded you are, and the fact that you get excited by each other's goals. Some of you may already know. It's like, I'm not getting any kind of specific timeline when it comes to your relationship. I'm not tuning into anything specific, whether you've known each other for a long time, whether this is something you've just met. It's like, nah, that's not relevant. That's what I'm hearing. It's like, you know, here I just genuinely feel that this reading is straight to the point, to the image of both you and them. That's what I'm getting, really. Is like, we're not going to be talking about anything extra, anything superficial, because that's not relevant. So it's like, yeah, you see each other as like, you know that you see each other as a very good potential partners, because you can feel that you're alike. That's where like the High Priestess comes through. It's like there is a lot of masculine energy going in between the two of you. There's a lot of intuition too. It's like you can feel unexplainably that, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. That sounds like you seem to recognize each other. I'm also getting this energy of one of you, or the two of you, are so certain about your quote unquote compatibility that they're even taking the time to be playful. I'm getting like flirty energy. It's like you're enjoying the game, you're enjoying the play because one of you or the two of you know that anyways you're gonna end up going forward with this relationship. And so there's this notion of there's no rush and I may as well have fun along the way because I'm already certain of the outcome. Yeah, kind of the energy I'm getting in because there's a lot of intuition running here as like you know your stuff. Then we got the Eight of Swords. I don't know if to pick up another card for you to bring out. No, we're gonna bring out another tarot card. What is this Eight of Swords referring to? Please, yeah, okay. Oh, another one. It's referring to. I just feel like it's one of the cards, as in it's not the most important thing that we're talking about, because this energy didn't come through before. But what threw me off is the fact that we didn't talk about it before, so it felt a little out of the blue. The Eight of Swords. There, I'm gonna get there eventually. Feels like a pressure point. It's like there's something somewhere that feels like there's a lot of pressure and uncomfort. The interesting thing is I didn't detect any like not preferred / negative energy beforehand. Also why it took me by surprise. But what I'm getting is like there's a lot of pressure happening somewhere. It may be dealing with them, it may be dealing with you. What I'm getting is like you're both striving to become like the best version of yourselves, not because you have to and because you feel like you are imperfect. That's very much not, but I just feel like the both of you are feeling called to grow, so to speak, which makes a lot of sense within the current context as I'm recording this video. Is like if any one of you are aware of astrology, you know what the hell is going on in the sky. So I feel like it's right on cue. It's very much on brand at this moment, and this is a theme that appeared all throughout the reading. So I was waiting for it to pop up here. There's this kind of energy of wanting to transform one's life, transforms oneself. Five of Pentacles is definitely referring to like scarcity mindset. But what I'm tuning in here is there isn't scarce energy coming through, but I feel like people, one of you, the both of you, again, there's a lot of mirroring between the two of you in this relationship. So I never know if it's one of you, if it's them, or just the both of you, because of how similar you seem to be energetically aligned. Somewhere in there, you know, it's like there's a lot of mirroring back and forth here. But they may have been scarcity in the past. One of you, the two of you, may be coming out of an old identity, which was not genuine, which was adaptive to past trauma, basically. And so as to come into a more peaceful state of being. And that is something that you have witnessed happening, but you know that it's not the end of it. That's why there is still this kind of, we're working so hard towards an objective because we're excited, because we can feel already what is waiting for us. I just feel like a lot of it may have to do with like literally your financial life. Like some of you, there may be something up with the financial life coming from a family where there was a lot of scarcity thinking, these kind of things. But now that we've already started this journey, we know what's on the other end. We know that we are healing our relationship to abundance, that we're just letting go of these thoughts altogether. And since we got like the High Priestess, which is such a powerfully intuition force, so very powerful intuition when the High Priestess comes through. We have the gift of seeing a little bit where things are going, and we already are tuning into what we are becoming. And us knowing what's on the other side already makes us that much more motivated. That's why it's like there's a lot of pressure, but it does not feel negative. It's like it's seen in a very positive way. We're making the most out of this pressure. We're making the most out of this uncomfort, which is beautiful in and of itself, by the way. But yeah, I just feel like there's added tension to this situation. And, you know, whenever we talk about tension and romance, that may add some fire, some spice, some passion in there, you know. But I just feel like it's a very like fast moving energy that we're talking about on both ends, because to a certain extent you are a little like that. To another extent, it's just the situation that is very like, they definitely are in this fast moving period of their lives. You may be as well. What we got now? Let's see. What do we have? New moon in Sag, the first quarter moon. Let's quarter moon in Virgo, the full moon in Leo. Full moon in Leo, just we're gonna start with the most obvious one, the one that screams the most for attention. The Leo, obviously, always screaming for attention. Nah. Go wild. I just feel like go for it. Honestly, if you feel like it, just go for it. The both of you are interested in it. I'm hearing the request of please let go of any doubts of, oh my god, I don't know if it's gonna work out. It's like, just go for it. And if you cannot shush the fear, if you cannot quiet the fear out, then go for it and you will know. You know, instead of making stories in your mind. I'm getting this very straightforward energy once again. It's like, stop making stories in your mind and just go for it at this point. You'll be meeting halfway, by the way. That's what I'm hearing. Luck is on your side. It's like, again, I'm seeing a lot of positivity in this relationship. A very positive, very active energy. I feel like it may not be lasting forever, in the sense of right now the situation is calling for a lot of quick movement. I don't feel like the both of you are like this go 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 all the time kind of people deep down. So it may just be the kind of phase in which you're meeting and uniting. But you know, it's like there will be plenty of time for rest, for cuddles and things like that. You know, it's not a. I don't feel that this relationship is an exhausting one particularly. Then we got like the last quarter moon in Virgo and the first quarter moon. These cards are interesting. Diagonal. I'm gonna pull out another card here, because I know that the universe is like, yeah, we're gonna do like a very straightforward reading because that's their energy. I don't get it, sweetheart. What the heck? There's something about this relationship which is like, you know, we didn't go very deep with it. As in, it felt very straightforward. It felt like, yeah, you like each other, just go do your thing now. It's like, just go for it. And so that we can stop talking about it. It's like, yeah, there's a bit of background. Yeah, this is the kind of energy they're in. Yeah, this is the kind of thing you're into. This you're mirroring each other a lot. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun relationship. I'm just getting a little bit of a, please don't like underestimate it kind of energy. Why is this coming through? Okay, hold on. Spirit is wanting to bring my attention to something else, like last minute message. Got the King of Cups now. Well, that's bringing a lot of depth all of a sudden. There's just the message I'm getting here, but I'm not getting the context just yet, so bear with me, is please don't underestimate it, as in there may be something you may be overlooking here. You may be taking something for granted, which isn't. Attend to the details. It's like, yeah, there's this energy of taking something for granted. Is it because it's a play? Yeah, I get it. Yeah, kind of what we were talking before then. It's like I'm getting this energy of the both of you are in a very active period. They definitely are, at least, in a very active period of a very go, go, go kind of energy. Again, I feel like this energy, although they recognize themselves in it, and there's a lot of this kind of masculine energy going through with them naturally, I just feel like the way they're showing up at the moment is because this is the kind of phase of life they're in at the moment. It may not reflect the totality of who they are. And so I'm getting this kind of warning I don't feel like you can call it a warning. There's something to keep in mind, definitely. Well, we should just see like warning feels a little like too fatalist or something is wrong, whereas that's not the case. Something to keep in mind. Spirit is indicating me is like the both of you, they definitely are. I feel like you two are looking for something a little deeper than just that. As in, yes, it's fun to have this kind of flirty relationship, fiery relationship, but it's like that's not gonna last very long. That's what I was getting before in the energy of yeah, but you know, it's like there's gonna be time for cuddles. There's gonna be time. It's not gonna be like this forever. It's not gonna be always a run. You know how to run when you're excited about something. Back to when we were talking about like the kid at Disneyland. This is something within. So it's like this is something which will express itself throughout your life and theirs. But I'm also hearing that's not like all of you. And so it would be a bit of a mistake to assume that this is all of them and that this is the only thing they're looking for. And as such, please. Okay, got it. When we were talking before, I know I'm like a little all over the place now. When we were talking before, as in, yeah, like this kind of leadership energy that I was tuning into, and perhaps you may not be recognizing yourself within it. You may feel like you're a little more in your feminine, this kind of stuff. The keep in mind, the heads up that I'm hearing is like, please don't try to fit in. Please don't try to show yourself like they are showing themselves by assuming that because they're so active right now, they're looking for people who are also super active, overactive. It's like, please be yourself. That's the kind of thing I'm hearing. It's not because they're right now very active that it means that that's what they're necessarily looking for. They're looking for what they like about you is who you are, not necessarily what you pretend to be. Okay, we're gonna keep it there. But I feel like on your end there may be a lot of sensitivity that may be tempted to be surprised so as to make an impression. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. Spirit is like, no, nah, don't do that. I'm gonna leave it there for this topic, but I feel like yeah, it was a last minute kind of heads up for the sake of making it even smoother. Okay, thank you so much, pal number 3, for having shared space with me today. That was a heck of a reading with a lot of clarifiers, a bit of a scattered energy, but it was very fun nonetheless. So yeah, thank you so much. Please let me know in the comments how it went for you. I'd love to know about your thoughts about how it went. Also, while you're at it, please like the video and subscribe. That support me a lot, as always. And also, just a reminder that if you're looking for personal readings, know that I'm offering them. You can check out my website in the description of the video. And yeah, again, thank you so much. I'm gonna see you in my next video. Till then, have a good time and enjoy. Bye.